Hey guys, welcome back. We got some unpopular opinions, some stuff that people don't want to hear, but you probably want to hear it if you want to get the most for your money in the current Pokemon market. If you're new, this is especially important. If you're not new, maybe this is a nice little brushing up on so you can understand what's going on. The current market is not sustainable. Hot take number one. We're going to be talking about how you need to pace yourself regardless of market conditions. You need to make sure you're not overextending in Pokemon, though it might be tempting to do so when everything goes up. You got to learn. You got to do a lot of learning before you're buying to any significant degree. And the biggest thing of all, FOMO is it's your enemy. It's absolute your enemy. The more you can make logical decisions in your purchasing practices, not everything has to be the most optimal. I bought it at the best point in time ever at any point, but there's a lot of ways that you can waste a lot of money, and we'll be covering those. Why is everyone fighting at the big box stores so that they can pay prices that are traditionally and won't be the best option in the future? We have a lot of temporary interests. You need to be able to navigate around it. And then we have, you're going to see a shift in content from the fakey wakies. They're gonna go on about how the market is crashing after they did Twice Space Jake tell you to buy $300 booster boxes when they were new? Make sure you're not listening to the people that are telling you got to buy it now. It's going to be more expensive. Be careful. Be very careful. We got a history. We'll go through a little history lesson of what happened in previous booms. We got to first look at if there's an influencer, especially if they're trying to sell you the product and they're telling you like it's going to be more expensive. It might be more expensive. Maybe you should buy it now. That's pretty shitty of them. But also, they like people that were around. They should know. Maybe they're dumb enough that they don't know. But here we go. We got a lot of people selling. Why is everyone selling now? Everyone wants cash only. Everyone wants to sell things off. We have a lot of emergency funds that are needed, and this is the pace yourself and the don't overextend section. It's very easy to overextend. It's exciting. You want to buy everything. A lot of people burn out in a year of collecting Pokemon cards, even if they have genuine interest and they're not just a scalpy whelpy who wants to go buy some shit and flip it immediately, or think that they got like a gold mine because they just cleared the Target shelves, the Walmart shelves, and they're gonna be rich off of it. Usually does not work that way. Usually you gotta wait a long time before that stuff increases in value. And usually people are not willing to do that. That's why it goes up in price. People do not want to take the time to watch it slowly increase in value over time. Everyone says, oh my goodness. And they're going to print more. The Pokemon company is always going to print more. And this, let's read through these. Virtual sent these to me. Thank you to her for that. This guy is saying, I would need a purchase to be done fairly quickly. Otherwise, I will have either sourced the funds from somewhere else, or my purchases will be canceled, and I don't want to have to sell this. It's a race. This will likely only work out. If you have a ship my cards account / know someone who has one, please send me a message. So it's selling them from somewhere else, not even in hand, that sort of situation. Looking to move on a couple more slabs from the PC, need funds to keep up the addiction. Interesting. Happy to ship, happy to sell. Want to sell Pokemon collection. Regrettable sale need funds for, I can't read today, for an engagement ring. Can provide collector link if you're interested. Not selling individual items, only selling as a whole package. If you want to get the most money for whatever you are selling, you got to sell it individually. That's kind of how it works, or you have to at least be willing to sell it individually. There's a lot of people that are getting in that haven't really thought through the process of, if I have to sell this stuff, how am I going to do it? How am I going to get that big price tag that shows up on the collecting apps, on your collector app? How am I going to get that full value? How's it going? 75% sale. Need this bundle gone due to emergency funds needed. Any questions? Please don't hesitate. Baby fun, splitting collection, price reduced, sad sale, emergency funds needed. There's a lot, and this is just from one group. Looking to sell through a bit of my stuff to get funds for a birthday and Christmas gifts. Let me know if you have any questions on how many packs there are in each item, or any other questions. And we're seeing a lot of modern stuff, a lot of this brand new stuff that you could have probably picked up from the big box. There's more of it to come. The recent stuff is the most dangerous, but also in market conditions such as the ones that we've experienced in 2025, we're seeing a whole lot of retrace all around. We got postage available, all cards in great condition unless marked, wanting funds for other purchases, selling PSA slabs for funds. I need the funds. You need the funds. All right, let's get into Prismatic Evolutions. I expect more Prismatic Evolutions to come up. We got the regular ETB here is seeing a little downwards. We do need more Prismatic Evolutions. It's a special set, so there is no booster box. So the other products are the way to get those. Pokemon, although they every time there's like a lack of availability on every level in terms of if it's worth more than what it is on a big box shelf. We see a statement from them. They say, oh, we're going to print to the fullest capacity. And people just are like, no, they can't keep up. It's different this time. There's no way. There's no flipping way. Pokemon is too crazy now. It's just too crazy. Free money glitch. And people will say, oh, no, don't worry about it. I got the Pokemon Center Elite Trainer box. They can't reprint those. I think there's been 3 waves so far on the Pokemon Center of the Prismatic Evolution Elite Trainer boxes. I would be surprised if many of the others. We need a Destined Rivals one pretty bad. We need a Phantasmal Flames one pretty bad. Destined, I think, came twice, maybe. Some of them have only been out once. Typically, there's a couple times that they're available. Wouldn't be surprised. Again, not every single product in existence. We can point to certain examples, but every set itself has been available for quite a bit less than your big box prices, some of which are creeping up. We got GameStop increasing prices, but even this guy, we haven't seen one recently, but he's coming down a little bit. Again, not realistic. Hopefully they print those to the fullest degree, or to the point that they're available so everyone has a chance to get them. And that's kind of where the Pokemon Company wants to end up. They want to make everything available enough that you can purchase it. Will it be available long term? Will it sit on shelves forever? If they overprint stuff, it absolutely will. Will booster boxes ever be $80 again, like Chilling Reign, which was hard to get and expensive when it came out, but they kind of overdid it a little bit with the old Chilling Reign. Your battle styles, your Vivid Voltage is still extremely cheap per pack. The Pikachu, the Super Pikachu that everyone absolutely needed, the chunky Rainbow. Just recently, on 11/19, we had a restock of Stellar Crown Pokemon Center Elite Trainer boxes. No one really saw that coming. I mean, if you were in the Discord, you saw when it happened. Join the Discord. Do not pay $7.99 a month if you want to save the money. Join mine instead. It is the same thing and it is free. There's no reason that someone should have to charge you $7.99 a month for that information. Tap has your back. He's got you. Get on in there. All right. So, and we saw what happened with this. So we went from 190 boners down to 115 pretty damn quick. And I think it was a pretty sizable restock. It was limit 1. But you can see, like, the Pokemon Company, as soon as they hit that threshold of the product is available, people don't want it anymore. Or they panic sell. Crazy how that works. We had the Mega Charizard. I talked about this before. $1,000 for this thing was maybe the worst possible decision that you could ever make. In a set that is this small, like 1 in 400 packs to pull one of these, regardless of how banging Charizard art this is, regardless of how much you love it, you hold it dear, you sleep with it under your pillow, it's not a $1,000 card. It can't be. Can it be in 20 years? Maybe. When it's brand new, when the set just came out, when we barely scratched the surface on the amount of packs that are going to be released with Phantasmal in them. This is Obsidian Flames 2.0 with a little hype added onto it. Close to $1,000 people were paying. I think they were like $1,000 on eBay. Down to $588. Still too high. Still gonna come down from there. Almost guarantees it. All right, here we go. The booster box. You got to get that booster box. What happens if it does a Destin Rivals? What happens if you pay $342 and then it's $275? And even at $275, you are absolutely playing with fire, pun intended, because although the Pokemon Company has been a little stingy recently with the booster boxes, there has never been a booster box in the history before this boom that didn't get reprinted that spiked in price too quick. And this is too quick. All right, Obsidian Flames. So we've even seen it where people are like, oh, no, I got you this time, Rattle. I'm going to go get something that they're less likely to reprint. And while they are less likely to go back and do something like an Obsidian Flames in terms of reprints, this thing was available under $100 at one point in time. So it's one of those scenarios where, yeah, probably not going to get more. Why didn't you want it when it was under $100? Where was the interest then? We saw a Spikerini. What did we get up to here? $333. So people would go back. They're like, I'm going to get the booster boxes that won't be printed again because those are safe. Those will never come down. Not a chance in hell. $287. Congratulations. You're losing money if you bought this thing at the high. And no, you can't time the high. You can't time the low. If you tell me that you can, you're full of crap. But you can, from a distance, see that this was not sustainable. A box that no one wanted, all of a sudden everybody wants. Everybody wants to shift the money into that because if Destin Rivals is $500, surely Obsidian Flames. If our Phantasmal Flames is $334 out the gate, surely it should be the same price for Obsidian Flames, right? Charizard set. It's a Charizard set. All right. So we see the retraces even in the boxes. We're gonna call are we calling these vintage yet? Again, out of print probably, but again, spike in price, giant spike in price in absolutely anything in a booming market. Danger zone. Doesn't matter if it's singles, might be manipulated, might not be manipulated, might be a combination of manipulation and FOMO. Be careful. All right, Destin Rivals. We saw some retrace on this. We haven't seen many booster boxes hit the market, not as far as I can tell. But we got $492, $500 for a booster box that is this new, that is this prone to reprint. And yes, even if people were saying, you better buy this at $260. You better buy this when it came out at $350. Because later on, it might go to $500. I'm here to tell you, this is scary shit. If you value the money that you're putting into this, if you're just trying to collect, it's unfortunate, but during the booms, you need to be patient. You need to focus on the things that other people are not focusing on, especially when it's a brand new product that is just begging to be reprinted. And the Pokemon Company, while they say that they're looking out for the collectors that just want to get the packs and just want to get the sets and just want to get the cards, it's also they're not benefiting from this secondary market of $500. They're not making that money. How are they going to make more money? They're going to print more of these until they're $100. Maybe they'll be a little bit more than $100 with the price increases that we've seen. The Pikachu. This is important for later in the video. So keep this in mind. The Pikachu that everyone needed, everyone wanted, it's got his butt sticking out. It was close to $500 there in December. And holy moly, she went down to like $260, came back up again to $350, back down to $300. $300. Go look at I don't have it here. Go look back at the Vivid Voltage Pikachu, the craziness that was that. The parallels between the pandemic boom and the current boom are like painful. Like it just so blatant and so obvious to anyone that was around for both and paying attention. Then we look at booster boxes. Reminder, the booster boxes on the Pokemon Center website, while they might be the best price that you can get currently, are not going to be, in my opinion. Again, will a certain booster box get missed, not get printed enough? Maybe. So they're at $160 at this point in time. Traditionally, for anyone that wasn't around, the booster boxes do not sell out on the Pokemon Center, typically do not sell very much at all because they're more expensive than the other sellers, than the game stores, the large online game stores. They're $160 now. We got the old MSRP increase. So used to be $143. We got Evolving Skies there. So are we going to see a little difference here in like the $20? So are we going to have boxes for 120 instead of 100? Maybe they go down a little bit more than that if they get just stupid printed. My expectation is all the recent booster boxes that were not available, that were not readily available, are going to come down below this 160. Will we ever see them on Pokemon Center and sitting there at 160? Probably, yeah. All right, rattle hats. Rattle hats are not a good method to financially support. It's an expensive hat. It's the hat that I want. It's always been the hat that I want, that I get for myself, but people want to purchase it. So if you do want to purchase one, it is available. It's expensive. That's about it. Apologies for anyone that wants a $10 dad hat. I don't overly even want to sell these ones, but I understand the few people that are out there that say, Rattle, I want one. I don't care. I know it's a new era, $59.50, and it's expensive to get one custom embroidered. I was going to say engraved. Embroidered. Give it to me anyway. All right. Options there. There you go. All right. Better way to support the channel is the free ways. You can use the affiliate links, the discount codes to support while you save. We got PSA Pikachu, Securus Card Shop, Card Market, Buyee, collector app for tracking your collection, a bunch of discount codes, a bunch of click it before you shop affiliate links for the stuff that you're going to buy anyway. Make sure it's something you need and want. Thank you to Card Market for sponsoring. Singles are your friend until the end. Except for the ones that are pumped, except for the ones that are manipulated, except for the ones that are brand new, that all the product hasn't been opened, so there's less copies that exist, and everyone's chasing them all at the same time. Pretty simple stuff. As long as you follow that, focus on the stuff that other people aren't focusing on, and it's not like I can't collect Pokemon cards right now, which is pretty traditional and pretty... you'll have the YouTubers that will pander to like, oh, you the collector, you're getting absolutely boned. It's all the scalper's fault. You can't collect Pokemon. The kids are Pokemonless. All right, so here we go. We got whatnot scams. Avoid the rip and ship stuff. It is not good value. Go look at anyone that has been around in the hobby for a very long time. This is not how they got where they are. Do not do this. Not only that, especially avoid platforms like Whatnot that will essentially enable the scams to happen. Cool? Good. Got it. So I expect that we're going to see more scamming as the prices come down, as the people that were making money on this stuff clear on the shelves and reselling it at a juicy profit. I would imagine that we're going to see more of this scammy shit going on. They'll get banned for scamming, then make a new account because the Whatnot vetting process will enable them to just do so. The lack of or the vetting process. Avoid the gambling. Avoid the digital gambling, the mystery slabbage, all the mystery GameStop shit. They increase their prices. They can stick it up their butt. Do not pay the extra high prices. Again, spend your money. You don't have to be super cautious on everything in existence. But here's what GameStop wants your gambling bucks. They want to cash in on those people that want to gamble, with whether it's golden tickets, in-store power packs, or their slot machine that is designed to look like an arcade cabinet. All right, we got more posts here from Virtual. Selling some stock. We got a Winky Face Dynamite, Crown Zenith tins, $90 each, Surging Bundles, $150 each. This doesn't even make any sense. You're wasting your time in line at Costco. You guys let me know down below what is the explanation for this. Is this just like a reseller that resells everything in existence and he's hopped into Pokemon, or is it Daddy's Lambo that we're putting this stuff on? Or are we actually making payments? We're making payments on the Lambo with the scalpage? Don't support the secondary market. If it's stuff that looks like it just came from the Target or Walmart shelf or Costco shelf, Costco pallet, do not buy it from the secondary market. It will almost certainly be available. We saw everyone freaking out over, like, these are just regular Surging Sparks ETBs. The ETBs, more than anything, tend to be super duper printed. The Vivid Voltage ETBs, up until the boom, were just sitting on the shelf at GameStop, at EB Games, wherever. They were just sitting there. No one wanted them anymore. They wanted them when the set came out because the set was more expensive. Reprints, gone. No interest. No one cared. People already don't care about Surging Sparks. All right, we got some cope action. We got some people that are going to move their money around because it's okay. Just because all of the stuff, not all of the stuff, but just because a lot of the stuff in modern, all the new stuff, all that stuff, it might be dropping, but it's okay. While that drops, I'll just move into vintage because vintage is safe. Be careful whether it's vintage, in between, modern. If it spikes, if it seems like it's unreasonable, it probably is, and it will probably correct itself, just like I did there. As the modern market falls to reality, the vintage market is still pushing strong, and day after day, new highs for the blue chip cards. Our people sink their modern gains into vintage grails. What are you still chasing as we approach the 30th anniversary? Everyone's just like the 30th anniversary cope. The anniversary sets, though they might be hype dog extreme in the beginning, the anniversary sets were all very printed as well. We saw the celebration stuff, stupid amount of craziness going on. And that fell off when more was printed. Now we see people putting money into that. All right, we got comments that were pulled by Virtual from the Polka Rev Maltrus box. And the lack of understanding, please, just ask some people that have been around. Ask some people, join my Discord, ask some questions. Hopefully everyone's nice and provide some insight. But we have people complaining that the Maltrus UPC doesn't have enough Destined Rivals packs, or that it has other packs included with the Destined Rivals packs. Even though it's got the R on it, this is not a set UPC. So criminal that there's only 2 Destined Rivals packs in there. It's a mix of packs. Everyone wanted the other packs. Team Rocket Box with only 2 DR packs is criminal. Having more Surging Sparks and Journey together compared to Destined Rivals is effing insane. In fact, having SSP and JTG included is criminal. No. So there's 2 different types of UPC. There's the ones designated for the set, and there's the ones that are featuring a Pokemon that have mixed packs. This is not a brand new thing. This is not like I got scammed by Pokemon. They were supposed to put Destined Rivals only in there. I mean, it looks cool, but only contained 2 Destined Rivals packs. It is really bizarre that only 2 Destined Rival packs are in this. To be honest, still a hella cool box. I master set a DR, so now I need these damn stamp cards. Having more Surging Sparks and Journey together compared to Destined Rivals is effing insane. I guess that's the same comment for earlier. We're tired here. It's Friday. You guys have a great weekend. Destined Rivals. The disrespect. Oh, please. There are plenty of people that will help you, that know what's going on, so that you don't need to leave a comment like, this product is an example of let's just get something out there so we can keep the money flowing. LOL, the pack lineup is terrible for a Rockets UPC. Whew, baby. Pack selection, atrocious. So cool and so disappointing. Not a huge fan of the pack selection, but the art is awesome. And it's more of the same thing. We got a reply from Brandon here. Because they should, considering it's a Destined Rivals UPC. I want more Destined Rival packs. It's not a Destined Rivals UPC. Please. That's all I got for today. Have a good one, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Learn. Take the time to learn. Take the time to look stuff up. I should have mentioned earlier too with the vintage sales. Be very careful with that. There's a lot of manipulation that goes in into the high value cards. We've seen people admit to shill bidding on the Mario Pikachus, the ponchos. So take it all with a grain of salt. A lot of them will post it without it being paid for or without it being confirmed paid. They want the headline so that everyone will click it, like it, and regurgitate it into everything in existence. Thanks for tuning in. Take care.